Welcome to History with Mr. Belton. Today we will be discussing the Epic of Gilgamesh, the oldest epic poem. Now, there are certain characteristics that describe virtually every epic poem. They are written in a formal style. They have an omniscient narrator. They frequently invoke a muse who provides inspiration and guidance to the poet. They take place in an era beyond the range of any living memory. They typically include a journey. No one ever writes an epic poem about a hero who stays home. They feature a hero with immense bravery and resolve. They include obstacles and circumstances that are otherworldly and even supernatural, pitting the hero against nearly insurmountable odds. They look with concern to the future of a civilization or a culture. The story is not simply about the hero, but about the culture out of which the hero arises. Now, Gilgamesh is the oldest known epic poem. It was written in Sumerian cuneiform on clay tablets, and these clay tablets are one of the lucky reasons why we have this story. If it had been written on papyrus or paper, it may well have been lost to us. Gilgamesh was king of Uruk. He was son of a king and a goddess Ninsun. He built magnificent ziggurats, surrounded his city with high walls, and laid out its orchards and fields. He was handsome and enormously strong, but he was also a cruel despot. He built magnificent monuments to himself by forcing his subjects to do hard labor. Every time he saw a beautiful woman, he would take her, even if she were married. In their distress, the people of Uruk called out to their gods. Anu, the great god of the sky, asked the goddess Aruru to create a man who could challenge Gilgamesh. Aruru creates Enkidu. He was a strong and magnificent man who was half animal. He was covered with hair and had bull's horns on his head. He ate grass with the gazelles and drank water with the lions. He lived with and protected the animals who always obeyed him. He had nothing whatsoever to do with humans. Gilgamesh heard about this powerful creature who lived in the wilderness. He sent the temple prostitute, Shamhat, to win his favor. When Shamhat meets Enkidu, she finds that his beauty rivals that of Gilgamesh. She falls in love with him immediately, and the two mate. The animals turn their backs on Enkidu. He is neither one of them, nor can he rule over them. Shamhat teaches Enkidu the ways of humans. He begins to dress like them and eat their food. One day, Shamhat tells Enkidu about Gilgamesh. Enkidu is outraged at the king's cruelty. Shamhat takes Enkidu to Uruk. The couple is about to have a wedding, but Gilgamesh insists on first having the bride. Enkidu berates the king for his cruel behavior and reminds him of the beauty of love. Enraged, Gilgamesh strikes Enkidu. The two men fight for 7 days, striking blows that would kill 5 normal men. The houses around them fall into ruin. Finally, on the 7th day, Gilgamesh strikes a blow, and Enkidu falls to the ground. Gilgamesh does not kill Enkidu. During the battle, Gilgamesh has grown to admire his opponent. He offers Enkidu his hand and friendship. Inspired by Enkidu's sense of justice, Gilgamesh becomes a just king. Soon the pair decide to travel to accomplish feats of courage which will win them renown. The two travel the world, defeating great heroes and monsters. Nonetheless, one thought began to haunt Gilgamesh. One day, he and Enkidu would grow old and die. To immortalize their name, Gilgamesh decides to travel to the cedar forest to fight the terrible monster Humbaba. The elders of Uruk urge Gilgamesh not to go. Enkidu insists that it is far too dangerous, but Gilgamesh is resolute. He will face Humbaba. Enkidu dutifully follows his friend. When the two meet Humbaba, they are overwhelmed with terror. They pray to their sun god, Shamash, who assists them. Gilgamesh wounds Humbaba with his axe. The monster pleads for his life. However, Enkidu kills him with his spear. Before he dies, Humbaba curses the pair, prophesying that one of them would die because of what they had done. Gilgamesh and Enkidu return to Uruk to celebrate their great victory. At the celebration, they find an unexpected guest, Ishtar, the goddess of love. Ishtar was captivated by Gilgamesh's handsome appearance and courage. She tried to initiate a romantic relationship with him. However, Gilgamesh had heard of what happened to others who fell in love with the goddess. They always had an unhappy ending when she lost interest. Ishtar was enraged, so she begged her father, the celestial god Anu, to punish Gilgamesh. Reluctantly, Anu sent the most powerful creature of all, the bull of heaven, to kill Gilgamesh and Enkidu. The bull brought with it 7 years of famine to the city of Uruk, hurricanes and earthquakes. The people of Uruk begged Gilgamesh to destroy the bull of heaven. All of Mesopotamia shook during the final battle. Gilgamesh and Enkidu used the same battle axe and spear which slew Humbaba to destroy the bull of heaven. Enkidu disdainfully cut off the leg of the bull and threw it at the feet of the goddess Ishtar. The gods were enraged. They held a meeting and decided that Enkidu must die. Days later, he fell ill. He realized that he would soon die. After days of delirium, Enkidu passed away in his best friend's arm. Gilgamesh wept for days. Gilgamesh's old fear returned to him. One day he would die. He wanted to find a way to save himself and to resurrect his friend. Gilgamesh decided to search for the one man who had been granted immortality, Utnapishtim, after he had survived the great flood. Gilgamesh travels across deserts and over mountains to find the immortal man. He crosses a vast lake of poisonous waters. Finally, Gilgamesh reaches the home of Utnapishtim. The old man tells him he has come all this way for nothing. Only the gods can grant immortality. However, deep in the sea, there is a plant that will rejuvenate anyone who eats it. Gilgamesh ties a stone to his leg and plunges it into the depths of the sea. When he found the plant, he seized it, cut the rope that held him to the stone, and returned to the surface. Gilgamesh began his journey towards Uruk. He would use the plant to help the people of his city. On his way home, Gilgamesh placed the plant by the side of a pool. As he bathed, the serpent smelled the sweet plant and ate it. When Gilgamesh returned from his swim, he saw only the snake skin. It had rejuvenated himself. Gilgamesh wept for the people of Uruk. When Gilgamesh returned to Uruk, he looked upon his city. He finally understood that no man can conquer death. However, Uruk was beautiful and enduring. He would live on in the memory of being a great king. He wrote down his story on clay tablets that people might remember the great deeds of Gilgamesh and Enkidu. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Godspeed.